Thank you for joining us. I'm Chris Lawrence. Izzy is off tonight, and right now Aaron Dean's murder trial is in the hands of the jury. As they deliberate, William Joy shows us how both sides delivered their closing arguments.
It wasn't important to him to serve and protect that day.
After 6 days, it's up to the jury.
A tragedy doesn't always equal a crime. It doesn't always equal a law violation.
For 6 days, the jury and public heard from experts, witnesses, and Aaron Dean about the night he killed Atatiana Jefferson.
Nothing that we do here this week is ever going to bring Miss Jefferson back, unfortunately.
More than 3 years after Jefferson's neighbor called police to check on her, prosecutors and Dean's defense made closing arguments.
This man never saw that gun. He didn't know what he saw. He just shot.
Both prosecuting attorneys argue that Jefferson couldn't have been holding a gun in front of her face since there was glass on her face but not her hands, and she did nothing wrong.
What has been unlawful about what Atatiana did?
Dean's defense pushed back, arguing Dean saw a gun and defended himself.
The firearm was pointed at Aaron Dean. A firearm is a deadly weapon.
They pointed out Jefferson's nephew said he saw Dean's badge and gun.
Does an officer have to wait until he's dead before he exercises his right of self-defense? Of course not.
After 3 years of waiting and 6 days in court, the jury is deciding if Jefferson's death was just tragic self-defense, manslaughter, or murder.
The tragedy should not be compounded by finding guilty a man who is relying on his rights as a police officer and his rights under the laws of the state of Texas.
So go back there and do what you know is right and find the defendant guilty.
In Fort Worth, I'm William Joy.
Let's go back to kind of the beginning of these closing arguments. We were talking
as soon as jurors reach a verdict, we'll bring it to you live here on WFAA. We're also streaming gavel-to-gavel coverage of the trial, including analysis and context from legal experts. You can watch it on WFAA.com, our YouTube channel, and if you have Roku, on WFAA Plus as well.